Hi, my name is Allison Swindall, and I'm giving a speech for Comms 101. This is my audience. I have 3 girls. And today I'm talking about occupational therapy. Walking, eating, and even zipping a zipper are some things most people take for granted. Some people complain about walking too far or not having enough to eat. But imagine not being able to complete these life tasks. Imagine not being able to zip a zipper or even pick up a fork to eat. This is something that most occupational therapists deal with every day. Occupational therapists help people who have gone through traumatic life experiences to rehabilitate them and recover their everyday functions. Occupational therapy is a growing field which focuses on mental, emotional, and physical rehabilitation. People who go to occupational therapy have suffered from strokes or other traumatic experiences in which they cannot complete these daily tasks, such as eating or zipping a zipper or talking to other people. Occupational therapists who first focus on the physical aspect of occupational therapy. They work with motor and brain connections, such as your brain telling your arm to pick up something. People who have suffered strokes can't do this function of picking up a pen or moving their hand to pick up something else. According to occupational therapy, improving function while controlling costs. In simplest terms, occupational therapists and occupational therapy assistants help people of all ages participate in the things they want and need to do through the therapeutic use of everyday activities. It's basically saying that occupational therapists use everyday functions to help their clients achieve these motor skills. I once went to an occupational therapy session with my father, and they had a grocery store set up, and he had to go through and pick out certain groceries and put them in a cart, and he had to work through these mental processes to figure out what he was grabbing and to move his arm and tell his brain to pick out what he wanted. Matthew 14:14 says that when Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed their sick. This Bible verse is just encouraging us to be like God and to help those who are in need, and to have compassion and to value human life. This is one of God's values, to love others and to have compassion for others. And the field of occupational therapy suffices these values. On to point 2 is helping patients mentally. Occupational therapists help patients to gain mental stability and motor functions. This goes hand in hand with the physical aspect of occupational therapy, where you use your brain and your muscles to perform actions. You can't do one without the other. So according to the occupational therapist's role in mental health recovery, which explains the main role in occupational therapy and the use of mental rehabilitation. According to the article, occupational therapist practitioners work collaboratively with people in a manner that helps foster hope, motivation, and empowerment, as well as system change. Education and the scientific understanding of the neurophysiology, psychosocial development, activity, and the environmental analysis, group dynamics, occupational therapy practitioners work to empower each individual to fully participate and be successful and satisfied in his or her self-selected occupation. Again, that passage is just stating that occupational therapists work to help people gain their mental stability to go back into their jobs. Like, once people have gone through a traumatic experience, they have to go through the therapy to regain the functions which they had once lost. According to Romans 12:10, it says, "Be devoted to one another and love one another above yourselves." This is just saying that you need to, in order to be an occupational therapist, you need to be devoted to your patients. You need to focus on their needs above yours. A part of occupational therapy is to be selfless, to just put your needs below everyone else's, and to focus on the needs of your patient first and help him to regain this substance he once had and he's now trying to regain. This goes along with the value that God wants us to love one another. The third point is that we are occupational therapists are to be there emotionally for their patients. They are to actively listen and to be there for their patients for emotional support. Occupational therapists go to special workshops to discuss spirituality and how they would handle the topic of spirituality in their sessions with their clients. So if one client was talking to the occupational therapist about their beliefs and like saying how they don't think that they'll get better because of what their beliefs say, occupational therapists can know how to respond to this and either show their kindness and compassion and to be there and to listen to their patients, but not judge them for their beliefs and to just be accepting and to be open. It's a main role for occupational therapists to be understanding. The people that they're helping have been through traumatic experiences and they've had emotional problems and they just need this person to talk to that's going to be there for them. And occupational therapists are there for their patients to listen and to help them through their troubles. Ephesians 4:2 says, "Be completely humble, gentle, and be patient, bearing with one another in love." It's saying to just be there emotionally and physically and mentally for your patients. In conclusion, occupational therapy is a growing field in which the occupational therapists need to be there emotionally, physically, and emotionally for their patients. Occupational therapy is an important field and it's becoming larger. And if you are wanting to work with patients and show your love with God and share your patients, occupational therapy is a great field. Thank you.